Hello Madden Nation, Skips here for another exciting edition. It is not your den, it is not my den, but it is the Madden, aka the Laser Show, the internet's most passionate show. John Madden, NFL 12 football, soon to be Madden NFL 13. Kicking off the bank, show 228, the Laser Show, aka the Laser Show. We're talking today. Just had a conversation with Falls while we were at EA working on writing the guides for NCAA 13 and Madden NFL 13, and conversation, lo and behold, what do you think it was about? It was about sim versus freestyle, or sim, freestyle, yada yada yada. And one of the things you guys should know that I always talk about is sim doesn't exist. Freestyle doesn't exist. We're all just Madden players. That's all we are. Literally, we're all one type of player. And one of the things we started talking about was, I started telling him about how I was on Operation Sports. I was on your forums all last week, and we were talking, and this week I've been a little more subdued just because I've been really diving into the guide about, I mean, today, what was it now? It's like 11:30 or something right now, and we got there today at 10, so put in a long hour, long days, so the not as much chatter on the forums as it was last week, but what we were talking about was, and I was telling him about, was the conversation we were having last week in all the forums and all the threads about, you know, sim versus freestyle and things like that. And I told him I took the role of the sim extremist, and I was saying things like, if you want to be called sim, you want to say you're sim, you're going to do a direct reflection of what you see on Sundays in an NFL simulation, then you must, without a doubt, play 15-minute quarters. And I don't know. I don't know where I'm wrong thinking that. And I guess, guys, the point of where I was bringing that up was really just to make a point that, you know, we shouldn't have the division. We shouldn't have the fine line in the sand and say I'm this or I'm that, because, you know, right now I say, oh, I'm more freestyle, right? But, you know, things change, right? And I could go down the road and I might go more of a sim approach, right? Even though I hate labels, or maybe you're sim and then you kind of get caught up into the competitive scene of the freestyle community, and then you want to join that, you know. But that's why I say, you know, don't draw a line in the sand and say, this is what I am, this is what it is, this is how you have to play Madden, and this is the only way you can play Madden. And if you don't understand and don't follow the way that my beliefs and how I play the game, then you're wrong. And that's kind of the biggest issue I was having, and that's why I was bringing up that 15-minute quarter rule. And I guess I just wanted to talk more about it and see what you guys thought more, and as we dive more into it, and think, well, how is that not the ultimate rule of defining and saying that sim is not real, that sim doesn't exist, or that freestyle or labels of how you play the game aren't real? Because if you say without a doubt that you're a sim and you're trying to replicate what you see on Sundays, a direct reflection of what you see on Sundays, if you don't play 15-minute quarters, that to me is the ultimate, you know, smack in the face to say that you can bypass and skip over certain things to fit the rule set that you want to exist. I understand. I know I talked to a bunch of people. I talked to Illustrator, talked to Roadman, talked to Big F and Deal, talked to all you guys about what it really meant, and what you're really saying is you're trying to get the reflection of the stats to be a little bit more realistic of what you're seeing. You're talking more so about you know, the defensive ends in a 4-3 pass rush, pushing up the field, doing some swim moves, doing some things like that, and getting better realistic animations or rule sets in the game, things like that. And I understand that, but I think that's more so. I understand where you look when you think about that, but that's more so taking the game that you have currently and then dealing with the situation at hand and then trying to improve it as you go on. It's not really. That's not really, to me. I don't ever consider that a play style. I would never look at someone and say, well, because the fact of the matter is that the 4-3 isn't effective. So that either you just continue to have those guys rush upfield to try and simulate what you see in the NFL, or you're going to create blitzes and free guys up off the end because they, you know, to try and generate pressure because you're trying to get pressure against the quarterback. So I guess what I'm saying is I don't ever think anyone has a valid point ever in an argument to say that they're a freestyle or they're a sim player. I don't think anyone, if you make a bold statement that this is what I am, I don't think it makes any sense. I don't think that you should ever label what type of player you are. You're just a Madden player. You're playing the game. You're playing a game of the NFL. That's what you're playing. There's no defined way that you have to play. And I think that's where a lot of the problems that become with the community is just the fact that we're willing to divide ourselves in half, quarters, halves, eighths, whatever you want it to be, And that's where a lot of the frustration comes from, because this guy says this guy says that, and he's up here, I'm down here, and over there, and over here, left, right, and everywhere. And that's where, the challenge comes now is, do you just want to move forward, move past all this nonsense, become a community of one, work together, let's get the game to be the best game it possibly can be, and no longer identify or no longer say I'm this or I'm that, and that you're wrong or I'm right, and then things like that, right? We're just trying to move forward together, and yeah, it's a very Zen approach. But what I'm saying is, guys, keep an open mind. Keep an open mind, whether you're on this side or on that side of the fence. Keep an open mind for what your opponent is doing for you, doing against you, doing how they play the game. Respect the way they play the game, because that's the bottom line, as Stone Cold said so. But guys, that's it. Show 228. I wanted to open this up, reopen it up for discussion, see what you guys thought about it. Just want to pour my heart on the sleeve. I respect all you guys out there, I really do. You guys all love the game. I love the game, and at the end of the day, all that really matters is we all like the game. We all love the game for all the same reasons: competitiveness, the football aspect, things like that. And that's where it's got to stay at, and it can't go any further than that. So, without a doubt, guys, we are changing the Madden community. Show 228. I'm S. Gibbs. Head on over to the Madden Tips forums. Sign up. Start discussing. MaddenTips.com/forums. Go over there. See what we're doing. And without a doubt, guys, you and me together, we are changing the Madden community. We are doing it one snap at a time.